Mesdames and messieurs, good evening. This is Royce Miller coming back at you with yet another Let's Try! And though it is almost Thanksgiving, today we are trying something voted on by our members. Technically, I believe it tied with the cake from Matilda, but I already had the can of it, so it gets the push over Matilda, unfortunately, for expediency. Speaking of members, today's episode is dedicated to slime privilege. Thank you, slime. And speaking of slime, today we are trying Escargot. Oui, oui, monsieur. But we'll need a fancy drink to wash it down with. So we're going to be having some sparkling water. The fanciest of waters. In this little glass wine flute that definitely didn't contain pudding. Definitely did not come with a thing of Costco brand pudding cups that my brother got. Look at this, you can almost say it's champagne. It's not, though. Now, I am a lover of weird things, but this might be pushing it for me. Let's find out. A little bit of grit. Now, I will say this isn't just straight up. This is not just straight up escargot. This is, of course, prepared with garlic or with a garlic butter salt. Clark, no. That I made myself, my own compound butter, using a recipe on the back of a can, and substituting a lot of ingredients. You can watch that video if you are a member. It's not terrible. In fact, it's pretty good. But mostly... Oh, Clark, no. It reminds me a lot of oysters. There's a lot more meat to it than oysters, though. I'm just like, I don't know. The idea itself is weighing more on me than the actual taste, because it tastes fine. Because like a lot of people say, it's a vehicle for butter and garlic. Look at that, you can see into the flesh of the snail there. I do definitely prefer octopus or squid. The sad thing is, these are only a handful of the 28 I got in that can. there is, like, not an aftertaste even, but, like, a smell in my nose. Maybe it's just because I smelled them while I was uncanning them, and that smell is staying with me. It's not like I thought. It's, how do I say this? I don't hate it. It's weird enough that even I'm second guessing myself here. That invisible funk is playing with my palate in such a way that it's hard for me to describe. Um, I don't know. Maybe if I hadn't had scallops from some food my mom made me last night, I'd be more amenable to this, since it would have been longer since I had any shellfish. But the problem is I've had shellfish, so my palate's accustomed to more high quality meats. And I think that's part of the problem. This is to calamari, scallops, what have you, what crawdads are to lobster and crab and shrimp. A more, like crawdads, you can tell that they live in a swamp. They're not the best tasting shellfish. Um, like you need a lot of Cajun butter to down those bad boys. I'll finish my plate here, but I'm not gonna do another. Like, good lord, I've already gone through so many of these, and it still feels like I have way too many to go. Clark's fluffing up his bed. Oh, he's just watching me bored. I'm sorry, buddy. Oh! Ah! Ah! Ugh. I ran into grit. Ugh. I can't do it. I can't do it. Ugh. Ew, don't gargle with sparkling water. That's gross. I need something. I need something. Save me, highly processed corn snacks. Retreating to this as a comfort zone is really nice. Clark, like any typical kid, really wants some of my uh, Captain Crunch. Sometimes I forget that Clark is still kind of a toddler. I believe so anyway, because it's supposed to be a dog ages 7 times faster than a human. He's not even 1 yet, so he's not even 7 years old. Soon I'll be 7 years old. Look, I ate them until I ran into one with gut tract full of dirt. or whatever it was. They're fine, but it's gross. Like, it is actually pretty gross in an understated way. I thought that I'd be such a badass out here, but it turns out even I have limits on what I'm willing to put into my body. Raw fish, the cut up cephalopods, processed or processed corn and meat, but not snails. Maybe it's because I'm a boy. I already have enough snails in me, along with snips and puppy dog tails. What are snips supposed to be anyway in that rhyme? Anyway, I forgot to mention during the cooking video, but the thing I always associate escargot with is a single line from Rugrats in Paris where the bad guy's henchman is chasing after the babies in a giant snail mech and says, "I will make you escargot." It's a cute chase scene. Apparently those movies were made on a really cheap budget. And that's kind of what led to the downfall of prestige animation filmmaking, because people were like, or DreamWorks especially was like, well, if Nickelodeon isn't trying, we don't have to try either. And that's what led to stuff like, B-Movie and Shark Tale. And the collapse of the Disney Renaissance, yada, yada, yada. Anyway. I think that's enough for me today. I leave you all in the capable hands of the YouTube algorithm. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, et adieu.